Today we're going to talk about scrunchies. They're very convenient to use on your hair, and as you can tell, they look pretty too. I got this idea from a class that I took about doing your own business and selling your creations online. And Scrunchie was one of the examples that they used, and I got inspired by it. So I have these rubber bands that I got from the dollar store. I'm pretty sure any one of them can work or online. I will look a few up and list on YouTube, on Amazon. And so a way to get started, I have this pink color yarn that is left over from when I did a blanket for a baby blanket for my daughter, and I tied a knot here, and I am going to pull through and just start adding on loops. I am going to fit as many of them inside this stretchy band without going overboard. If you have too many of them, there is a chance that when you expand the rubber band, it's not going to have a lot of room to expand. It might tear apart, and it might not be a good experience. On the other hand, if you don't have enough, then the rubber band is going to show, and it's not going to be very pretty either. I'm trying to hide this end right here inside the work. At the same time, you have to understand that this is a rubber band, and when you stretch it, some of the yarn is going to be visible. So what I did for this scrunchie when that happened is I'm going to lower it so that you guys can see it. I'm going to right here, go a little further from me. So at the same time, when you are working on it, do some of those tests, and then the parts that is sticking out, then cut it off at that end, and just be aware that it might get a little bit loose because of that. But at the same time, also keep in mind that you did tie off a knot, so it is secure, and you are hiding it below so that it is secure as well. So I am just going through these loops, and I am getting a new tripod, special tripod for crafts, that you can see my hands better. In the meantime, I'm using what I have. So here's that. And I like these projects. See, right here, there's a tiny little end right here, and it's very hard to secure it at this point. So just don't worry, just keep going as much as you can, and it will become easy. It took me about half an hour to make one, and in general there are 3 rows. One row, the first one I'm making now when I'm casting on stitches, and then I have 2 more. This is the half stem stitch, the one where you have 2 loops to pull through, and I am adding this. And it's okay if it's not perfect from the first try. Actually, it's okay if it's not perfect, period, because the most important thing is to have fun as you are making it. And what I do is, after I finish this row or this loop, I'm going to connect them, and I'm going to do the full stem, which is where you have the three loops, and you go through 2 and 2 consecutively. One thing that I want to caution you from is, if you have the little toddler bands, I got them for my daughter when she was little, this connection here is not very strong. I had instances when I was both using on her hair and as well as on mine in parts and it had gotten tore off. So I would not do something like this on those bands, even though that would look really pretty on your toddler or baby, but I would not. So see, I continue pulling this to give it a little bit of a wavy effect, because that's what you would need when you create this. See, this is not straight, this has kind of a wave, and when you do a rubber, put it on your hair, you will also want it to have a kind of a wave. So that's why I don't have a set number of loops, but I am not forcing it. This is probably another 3 or 4, and I'm going to be done with this. And now I'm going to putting it through the loops, the 2 loops, and connecting. And I'm going to do 2 loops to create the start of the row, and now I'm going to go over, and I'm going to go in the same loop. And for the second row, I'm going to do 2 of these in each loop, and I am doing that to exaggerate the wave. And when I connect it at the end and I do 1 more row, as a result, I'm going to do 1 in each, and it's going to soften it up a bit since the area is a little bit wider now, but it's going to preserve some of that wave. And here it is. I'm expanding it here, and it is like this. It did take me about half an hour to make. I am not going to keep you here for half an hour. Instead, I'm going to post a picture of this when I am done with this in the comments, and I am going to do a write-up of the instructions, and I'm going to post it on my blog and also on my Patreon, and I will have a link of that in the description and the comments as well. So here we go. Here, a simple scrunchie, very quick to do, very easy. And when you're done, you weave in your ends. I would go to the center and then wave them in, because that's the least one where you would see it showing, and tie a couple of knots so that it's secure, and then after that just cut it off. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'm going to have the links in the description and in the comments. And leave me a comment, let me know which projects you would like me to try next, and I'll be happy to try them. See you in the next video.